What exactly makes our bodies shrink, even when we literally stuff our faces all day long? Welcome to The Explainer. I'm super pumped you're hanging out with us today because we're tackling a huge frustration for guys hitting their 60s and beyond. We're going to break down the exact science of turning that shrinking right around. And trust me, the solution is something you'd probably never guess right out of the gate.
Think about it for a second. You hit your 60s, you look in the mirror, and man, it just feels like your muscle is melting right off your frame, doesn't it? It's a terrifying feeling. And the craziest part? You're eating. You're grazing all day, stuffing yourself with whatever's in the pantry. Rice, bread, some random salty snacks. You feel totally full. Your stomach is literally stretched out. But then you step on that scale, and the number just doesn't budge. Or even worse, the muscle you do have just turns to absolute mush. It is beyond frustrating to feel like you're shrinking no matter what you do.
So, what's going on? Well, it boils down to empty calories versus targeted macros. Those random snacks, they're doing absolutely zero for your body. What you desperately need are targeted macros. Look, I know this fear intimately because I lived it. I was sitting at this frail, exhausted 123 pounds. I felt weak and honestly pretty hopeless. But in just 3 months, I completely transformed my physique. I packed on a solid 136 pounds. And no, I didn't do it by just eating more garbage. I did it by ditching the empty calories and feeding my body the exact nutrients it was practically begging for.
Okay, so how do we do it? Well, the solution is actually surprisingly simple. It all comes down to the number 3. Seriously, you don't need to gorge yourself until you feel sick. You just need to focus on 3 specific food categories every single day. Now, I'm going to keep the exact foods under wraps for just a second, but stick with me here. Once you see how these 3 elements work together, it's going to completely rewrite the rules for your physique.
All right, let's jump right in. Food 1, high-protein morning staples. It's time to ditch the carb fest.
If you really want to force your body to grow, a proper over 60 breakfast is your absolute starting line. It's a morning meal designed exclusively to hit early protein requirements and prime an older body for growth. This single change is a literal game changer for older guys trying to put on mass. Back in our 20s, we could get away with a massive bowl of sugary cereal or a huge stack of toast. Not anymore. Our aging bodies need protein right out of the gate to set the metabolic tone for the entire rest of the day.
And these meals are incredibly simple to throw together. For a classic approach, you can go with 3 to 4 eggs and 2 melons. Cook those eggs however you want, boiled, half fry, quick omelet, doesn't matter, just get them in your system. They're loaded with complete macros, while the natural sugars in the melons help your digestion actually absorb those nutrients. Or, if you're looking for a plant-based route, take 80 grams of high-protein oats and boil them in milk. Actually scratch water. Always use milk for those crucial extra calories. And pair that with 2 bananas. If your budget allows, always invest in those high-protein oats. It's honestly one of the smartest things you can buy. Both of these options totally nail those early protein goals.
Moving right along to food 2, the liquid calorie cheat code. Drinking your macros.
Here's an undeniable truth about human biology. Your stomach always finds room for liquids. See, your body adapts to old routines really fast. If you just eat your standard breakfast, lunch, and dinner, your weight is going to stay exactly the same. You need hundreds of extra calories to grow, but older digestions just can't handle feeling stuffed 24/7. Think about Thanksgiving dinner. You're completely stuffed, couldn't possibly eat another bite of turkey, but you can still easily down a beverage, right? That is our cheat code. By using shakes, you completely bypass that heavy, overly full feeling, but you're still downing hundreds of targeted muscle-building calories.
Let me walk you through my absolute personal favorite. I call it the Daily Banana Shake. It is insanely cheap and so easy to throw together. Just toss 2 bananas and some milk into a blender. Then drop in 2 giant spoons of peanut butter and 2 spoons of high-protein oats. Blend it all up. You can drink this massive surge of calories in like 3 minutes flat, and you won't feel bogged down like you just ate a huge meal.
Now, here is a pro-level bonus tip that most guys miss entirely. Grab some dry fruits, specifically almonds and cashews, and crush them into a fine powder in your blender. Dump that powder straight into your shake. This is a massive, massive upgrade for our older hormone levels. It adds super healthy fats, aggressively supports muscle growth, and naturally boosts your testosterone. Plus, because you pulverized it into a powder, your older digestive tract absorbs it way faster than if you were just chewing on a handful of nuts.
If you ever want to mix things up, give the avocado shake a try. Just core 1 whole avocado, add a splash of milk, and drizzle some honey in there to sweeten it up.
Avocados are literally one of the most calorie-dense fruits on the entire planet, completely packed with essential vitamins your body needs to grow. Now, I will say, buying avocados every single day can get a little pricey, so maybe treat this one as an occasional premium upgrade and rely on that banana shake for your everyday grind.
All right, on to food 3, hormone-boosting fats. Effortless, everyday modifications.
We've got our mornings dialed in. We've got our liquid cheat code. Now for the final piece of the puzzle. This right here is where so many men over 60 accidentally sabotage their health. Highly processed refined oils are incredibly inflammatory and they do so much damage to our aging joints. You've got to demand better for your body and stop using those right now. Swap them out for natural, usable fats like coconut oil, butter, and ghee. Your body actually recognizes these. It knows exactly how to utilize them for energy and repairing muscle.
Let's rapid-fire some easy daily additions you can start today. Toss a side of butter or curd onto every single meal. Curd is absolutely amazing for your gut health, which means you'll actually digest and absorb all this new food correctly. Slice up an avocado as a quick side dish. Start cooking your eggs and your meats with ghee. Seriously, ghee is an absolute lifesaver for us older guys. It packs in quality calories, lubricates those aging joints, and directly supports healthy testosterone levels.
So, what happens when you get those random hunger pangs between meals? Whatever you do, don't reach for junk food. Do not go raiding the pantry for potato chips. Handle it smartly. Just grab a simple slice of bread and spread a really thick layer of peanut butter on it. Peanut butter is honestly one of the most underrated snacks ever. It's densely packed with calories, healthy fats, and protein. It fills you right up, and let's be real, it tastes awesome. Keep a jar right on your kitchen counter so it's always the absolute easiest choice to make.
And finally, your free daily blueprint, putting it all together. Bringing it all back to my own journey, going from a fragile 123 pounds to a solid 136 in just 3 months didn't take a miracle. It was just consistency, a high-protein breakfast, a high-calorie shake, and smart fat swaps to my regular meals. And I want to make executing this super effortless for you. You don't have to guess. There is a totally free diet plan available in the source material that acts as your daily blueprint. It lays out the exact meals, the timings, and the precise quantities. Just check the description, download it, and your whole roadmap is right there in front of you.
Which brings us to a really crucial question you need to ask yourself today. Are you ready to stop shrinking and finally build the muscle you deserve? Listen to me, it is literally never too late to transform your physique. Your body is ready to grow. It's just waiting for you to give it the right fuel. If this explainer opened your eyes and gave you a clear game plan, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for more deep dives. Go grab that free blueprint, mix up your very first banana shake, and let's get to work.